Okay, so Scream Fortress is coming up soon. At least we hope it is. And this is normally about the time where people start talking about what they want to come into the Scream Fortress update. And the update normally happens around the start of October. At least it did last year. Other years it's been a bit more staggered, but honestly at this point, who knows anymore. This is pretty much a standard event and it is probably happening. When in October? No idea. Anyway, we get our spooky maps, the contracts come back, and we get a new crate that is recolored from last year, and new cosmetics, new effects, all of that stuff. Basically, the normal update bundle for TF2 right now. Which I doubt I'd complain about, honestly, and we get all of the content from the last Scream Fortress events that are playable again for a short time, which is also really fun. And because of that, there's not been too many things that I've really been asking for in Scream Fortress updates for quite a long time. Last year's, I remember, it was actually pretty good. However, I have been shown something in the workshop that I do think would be amazing. And even if these ones aren't used, I still want the concept as a whole to return. But I mean, real quick, before we get into it, a bunch of you watching right now aren't actually subbed to the channel, and it would help me out a lot if you could click the subscribe button. Anyway, I'm sure from the intro, you guys knew kind of what I was on about, and that was the Halloween spells that have been put onto the workshop recently. For those of you who don't know what these are, years and years and years ago, TF2 had a bunch of spells, one Scream Fortress event. They had really cool effects for your cosmetics, your weapons, and the characters' voices and footsteps and stuff like that. And they were available for a short amount of time, and then they vanished from your inventory as soon as you opened up the game after the update had ended, as far as I know. They would only actually stay on your weapons and cosmetics if you had used them before that point. And since that Halloween event, there hasn't been any other spells in the game at all, which absolutely sucks. They were such a cool concept done so early into the game's life cycle that most people playing right now never got to experience that. In fact, I also think I missed it. I didn't quite understand what was going on. It might have been one of my first Scream Fortresses. It might have been the one just before I started. I don't remember, but I haven't really properly experienced spells being in the game. And that brings me on to these workshop submissions. It looks like a bunch of people have come together to create a bunch of really cool new spells that could work for another Scream Fortress update. There's a bunch of spells that didn't exist last time, and some other ones that are different takes on the same kind of spells we got. And honestly, I think it would be incredible to add something like this into the game and make Scream Fortress go from just a regular update that we get every year to something very, very special. It would also give players a lot more to do during Halloween instead of just playing through the same recycled contracts from the Scream Fortress event after Jungle Inferno got added in. By the way, that was almost 4 years ago now. So please, give us something else to play for and something else to collect during Scream Fortress. There was one Scream Fortress that every soul gargoyle you picked up, you actually got like a haunted, untradeable, uncraftable cosmetic. So, you know, that was pretty cool, even though it did just clog your inventory up. So, you know, give us something else to collect. I'd really enjoy that. Some of the spell workshop submissions are actually for the Medibeams, which has never been done before, which I think would be amazing to see come into the game. Out of the couple of Medigun spells that are on this workshop page, the Carbonated Cure probably is my favorite out of the ones I've seen so far. It's kind of mixing some of the unusual effects that we've been getting recently with a Medibeam, which actually looks way better than you think. You've also got Poison Splash, which looks like another version of Pumpkin Bombs, which looks absolutely insane. I would love to be able to have a coloured blast whenever a rocket or sticky detonates. That would be amazing. The Purple Poison Splash, though, so far, probably my favourite, maybe even out of the whole collection of spells. There is also a bunch of different footprint spells, which are quite cool. I have never personally been too bothered about footstep spells in the past, mainly because they are just so rare you never get to see them, and most of the time you're not playing on Halloween servers, so it would kind of be hard to see them anyway. But I'm sure if they did get added and people could get them and they weren't too rare and I could see them a bunch of the time, I think I would actually say they're really cool and I would really enjoy them and try and get a bunch of them. But all of the ones that are currently in the game are literally so rare, I don't think you ever really see them. Dude, there's even spells on the workshop for the Gas Passer. Now, I'm not sure how much you would actually end up seeing this one in game, honestly. Or maybe you'd actually see it all the time and people start using that weapon in casual matches again. I don't know if that's a great idea or not. But still, coloured Gas Passer stuff from Halloween spells would be pretty interesting. And that is most of what got put on the workshop submissions that I've seen so far. And I would love to honestly see more concepts for spells as well, not just these ones. I remember somebody saying something about dispenser spells and stuff like that, which I think could be really, really cool. Like some cool spooky dispenser in a corner somewhere that only really had different Medibeams coming out of it. But still something else to look at, I guess. My problem is that spells were such a cool concept and Valve never used them again, which to me feels like a massive missed opportunity. Valve has done a lot of really amazing stuff with this game in the past, only to then completely ignore that concept and never use it again. There's so many concepts in TF2 that already exist that had barely been explored and then just got abandoned, and that absolutely sucks. Like, there's so much amazing stuff in this game that just hasn't been used. I would love to see spells make a comeback after nearly 10 years. That would be amazing. It would give people even more of a reason to get excited about Scream Fortress every year. See if we can hit an even higher player count at the start of Scream Fortress. That would be quite cool. And maybe even more people will stay around playing the game afterwards because they have stuff they can collect and they have really cool spelled items now. I don't know. You never know with stuff like that. And I think, especially in this scenario, these spells have already been made for you. They are already there. They just have to be put into the game officially, and then they're done. Obviously, that's still quite a lot of work, but not nearly as much work as designing and creating these spells all by yourselves. Honestly, I don't think there's much to lose here. I think that adding spells and revisiting this concept after so long could bring something really special to Scream Fortress, especially because most of the updates we get right now are just seasonal ones, and they're basically a given anyway, and most of the time they are just recycled from the years before. Adding spells into the 2021 Scream Fortress event will make it the best Scream Fortress event in a very long time. I mean, at least in my opinion. Obviously, some people might like the spells, some people might not like the spells. I think they look really amazing, especially if there were a couple others that people have made somewhere. I haven't seen any though. Okay, I'm going to leave a link in the description to these spells, so if you did want to go and vote for them to be in the game, you can. I wasn't asked by the people who made these spells to even make a video about this. I wasn't even shown by them that it was even on the workshop. I just got sent it and I thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to make a video about it anyway, showing off something that I think really should be in the game. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave the video a like and subscribe. Also, there's a Patreon, Discord, and merch link and stuff in the description, like you all know. And with that, that is all I have for you today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.